Life is not always fair. Sometimes you give everything you have, and still, you are overlooked. Sometimes you follow the rules, yet you are punished, while others who break them are rewarded. At those moments, it feels like the world is against you. This is the story of a man named John. John worked in a factory that produced metal parts. Day after day, he arrived early, worked hard, and stayed late. His hands were rough, his back ached, but he took pride in his work. But despite his dedication, John noticed something painful: his efforts were ignored. His supervisor rarely praised him. Promotions went to others who were less skilled but had better connections. Sometimes, new workers were paid more than him. It burned inside him like fire. One evening, as John walked home, he muttered angrily, "Why is life so unfair? I give my best, but nobody sees me. Maybe I should stop caring. Maybe hard work means nothing." That night, he could not sleep. His mind was full of bitterness. He dreamed of shouting at his boss, of quitting the job, of letting everything collapse. But in the middle of his frustration, a quiet thought came to him: if I let unfairness control me, I lose twice. But if I keep my integrity, I win, no matter what. The next morning, John returned to work. The unfairness had not disappeared. His pay was still low, his recognition still missing. But something inside him had changed. Instead of working for his boss, he decided to work for himself, for his own dignity, his own pride. He picked up each tool with care. He built each part with precision. And though nobody thanked him, he whispered to himself, "This is my signature. This is my value. Nobody can take this from me." Weeks turned into months. Slowly, others began to notice. Fellow workers came to John for advice, because they trusted his skill. Younger men looked up to him as a mentor. Even customers who visited the factory admired the quality of his work, even if the boss did not. One day, a visiting manager from another company watched John in silence. Impressed by his dedication, he offered John a new position, better pay, more respect, and the chance to lead a team. That evening, as John walked home, he smiled for the first time in months. Life had been unfair, yes. But his response to unfairness had created an opportunity. He realized that fairness is not guaranteed, but dignity is always a choice. English vocabulary from this story: unfair equals not just, not equal, not right. Dedication equals the quality of giving time and effort to something. Integrity equals honesty and strong moral principles. Bitterness equals deep anger and resentment. Dignity equals the state of being worthy of respect. Light bulb example sentence: when life feels unfair, integrity and dignity protect your value even when others ignore it. From that moment on, John lived with a new mindset. He no longer asked, "Is life fair?" Instead, he asked, "Am I giving my best?" Because he discovered that unfairness is temporary, but character is permanent. Of course, John still faced challenges. Sometimes he lost opportunities, sometimes others were chosen instead of him. But he never allowed bitterness to define him again. Each time unfairness appeared, he remembered, dignity is something no one can take away. Now let's test your English. Right finger: what does the word integrity mean? A. Doing whatever gets you ahead, even if it's wrong. B. Being honest and keeping strong moral values. C. Staying silent when you see injustice. Comment your answer below. The lesson of John's story is one we all need to remember. When life feels unfair, you still have power, the power to choose your response. You cannot always control opportunities, promotions, or recognition. But you can always control your integrity, your effort, and your attitude. Unfairness may delay your success, but it cannot destroy it if you keep walking with dignity. The world may not always reward you, but your growth, your skill, and your character are rewards that last forever. So if you feel ignored, underpaid, or unappreciated, do not give up. Do not let bitterness turn you cold. Keep building, keep giving your best. Because one day, someone will notice. And even if nobody does, you will still carry the quiet pride of knowing you stayed true to yourself. Vocabulary recap. Unfair equals not just or equal dedication equals giving consistent effort integrity equals honesty and strong values bitterness equals anger from unfairness dignity equals personal worth and respect. So let me ask you, what unfairness are you facing today? Is it at work, in your family, or in society? Whatever it is, remember John's story. Life may not be fair, but you can still live with integrity and dignity. If this story inspired you, leave a heart in the comments. Share with us one way you will respond when life feels unfair. And don't forget to subscribe for more English learning stories with life lessons. Because in the end, the world may not always be fair, but your response to unfairness decides who you become. And if you choose dignity, you will always win, even in the darkest moments. When life feels unfair, remember this: integrity is stronger than injustice, and dignity shines brighter than unfairness.